Good afternoon, class. Let's everyone mute themselves before we start. We are going to deal on the population and unemployment, whereby we are going to define some terms. The first term is population. It refers to a number of people in a single area, whether that group comprises a nation or a group of people within a common characteristic. Also, we are going to define the term unemployment. Refers to a state or a situation where factors of production are readily available and capable of being utilized at the ruling market, but they are either underemployed or unengaged. Also, we are going to see on the factors to be considered when it comes to population growth. Who can read the first factor, please, class? Who can read? Okay, if there is none, the first
Factors to
factor.
be
Yes.
factors to be considered when it comes to population growth.
Yeah.
Number one, education. People, particularly those in the reproductive age group, should be educated about the advantages of a small family.
Yes.
Number two, marriage age. Rising of the age of marriage is more effective means to control the population, i.e., marriageable age of female is 18 years and that of a male is 21 years. Number three, incentives. Couples with small families should be given incentives. Number four, family planning. There are many birth control measures which can check birth rate. Census gives information about the number of individuals present in a given region at a given time.
Yes. Those are the factors to be considered when it comes to population growth, whereby, let's say, in an education way, people will be able to know what are the things that lead to more population, that the generations to come will enable to reduce their population, in which they will be able to have their employment rates to be high. They are also going to see on the factors influencing population growth. The first factor is economic development. Countries who are in the early stage of economic development tend to have higher rates of population growth. There is also education. We have also the welfare payments, state pensions. The other factor also is social and cultural factors. Like for an example, India or China had a strong social attachment to having a large family. In the developed world, small families are the norm. There is also immigration level. Some countries' biggest drives of population growth come from net migration. Then we go to types of unemployment. We have the open involuntary unemployment. This occurs when a person is willing to work at the ruling wage rates but is not able to secure a job. There is also another type, that's structural unemployment, is that which affects particular religions or categories of labor and results from an imbalance between the supply of a particular group of people or workers and the demand of their services. There is also another type that's seasonal unemployment, whereby regular seasonal unemployment is caused by annual variations in seasons, which affect economic activities in sectors such as agriculture, fisheries, construction, or tourism. This type of unemployment comes in where, let's say, there is no rain for fisher, those people who are fishers. So you find that the fish are less, causing the fishermen not to have their daily, they lack the fish, whereby they are not able to sell, leading them to lack the employment. There is also frictional unemployment. This unemployment which arises from immobility in the labor forces rather than from lack of demand of labor. Then we go to sources of unemployment. We have rapid population growth. It is the leading cause of unemployment in many developed countries, particularly in rural areas. The population is increasing rapidly. There is also limited land. Since population is increasing rapidly, the land is not sufficient for the growing population. When we say limited land, you find that when there is many people and the land is limited, you find that people are not able to do agriculture, in which the agriculture provide them their daily lives routines. Also, when it comes to selling of their products, you find that the farmers are producing less, in which it can't accommodate their population. There is also decline of cottage industries. Also, there is defective education. Its aim is to acquire certificate only, and the present educational system is not job oriented. It's degree oriented. There is also lack of transport and communication. In rural areas, there are no adequate facilities and transport and communication. There is also frictional unemployment. This is unemployment caused by the time people take to move between jobs. And for an example, graduates and people changing jobs. There is inadequate and employment planning. The employment planning of the government is not adequate in comparison to population growth. The employment opportunities do not increase according to the pro- proportionate rate of population growth. There is also ways of managing unemployment. The first one is supporting declining industries with public funds, and also increasing information dissemination on market opportunities. The other way is promoting the location of the new industries in rural areas, which will require an improvement of rural infrastructure. And then the last way of managing the unemployment is reversing rural urban migration by making rural areas more attractive and capable of providing jobs. On the reversing rural urban migration is whereby the government ensures that the people living in the rural areas are provided with, let's say, building of new industries where the rural people are not able to move to the urban centers to look for jobs. Class, who may add us some ways of managing unemployment? Who has a point on ways of managing unemployment? Who has another point, please? Hello, class. Okay, if there is none, who has any point?
Yes, we can hear you, madam.
Who has any to add on the ways of managing unemployment? Okay, thank you for the day. Have a nice day.